3 weeks ago, the doctor told me I had 2 months to live. Pancreatic cancer, stage 4. No treatment, no miracles, just time. And the only thing I feel is regret. Not about dying. Everyone dies. I know that. I accept it. I regret how I lived. Everything I didn't do. All the people I hurt. All the opportunities I let pass because I thought I had time. I always thought I had time. I'm telling you this because if you're watching this video, you probably still have time. And you need to know something. Regret at the end of life is the sharpest pain that exists. More than cancer. More than any physical illness. Because cancer hurts the body. But regret devours your soul. I'm going to share with you what I never told anyone. The things that are consuming me now, that the end is near. Not because I want your pity. I don't want it. I'm doing this because if this makes one person change something today, then these last 2 months of my life will have been worth something. Because I no longer have time, but you do. And believe me when I tell you, you don't know how much time is worth until the doctor tells you exactly how much you have left. This is my story, unfiltered, without pretense. It's brutal, it's honest, and I hope it makes you change something before it's too late for you too. I spent 40 years building a brilliant career, corporate lawyer, senior partner at one of the most prestigious law firms in the country, important cases, powerful clients, money, recognition. I married Laura in 1980. She was an elementary school teacher, brown hair, smile that lit up rooms. I fell in love with her on our third date when she told me about her students with a passion I'd never seen. We had 2 daughters. Andrea was born in 1982, Sophia in 1985. On Sundays, when the girls were little, Laura made pancakes. The kitchen smelled of cinnamon and butter. The girls laughed. They asked me to play with them. Later, Dad has to review some documents. Always later. Laura waited up for me on Fridays when I worked late, which was almost all of them. She left dinner warm. She sat with me while I ate, even though it was already 11 p.m. "How was your day?" she'd ask. "Exhausting. This case is killing me." I never asked her how hers was. The girls did plays at school, piano recitals, soccer games. Laura went to all of them alone. She took pictures for me to see later. "I'll look at them later, love. I have to prepare this brief." I never looked at them. I thought I was building a future for them. I thought they'd thank me when they saw the big house, the expensive vacations, the paid university. How stupid I was. It was in 2015. I was 55 years old. It was a Tuesday, June 23rd. I remember the date because it was Andrea's 30th birthday. She had planned a family dinner. Laura cooked her favorite dish, lasagna. She invited her close friends. I was at the office, last-minute meeting with a client. Important, or so I thought. Laura called me at 7 p.m. "Eduardo, everyone's here already. Where are you?" "Love, this meeting is running long. Start without me. I'll be there in an hour." "Eduardo, it's your daughter's birthday. I know. Save me some cake. I arrived at 10:30 p.m., 3.5 hours late. The house was almost empty. Andrea saw me. She didn't say anything. She just looked at me. Not anger, not disappointment, just nothing. "Happy birthday, my love," I said, taking out the gift I'd bought. A very expensive watch. She said thanks. She left the gift on the table without opening it. "I'm tired. I'm going to bed." She left. Laura looked at me from the kitchen. Her eyes were red. 30 years, Eduardo. Our daughter turned 30 years old, and you couldn't even arrive in time to blow out the candles. She went to the bedroom, closed the door. I stood alone in the living room, surrounded by dirty dishes and deflated balloons. For the first time in my life, I felt something. I didn't know what it was. Now I know it was the beginning of regret. That night I tried to talk to Laura. She told me she was tired. The following days, weeks, months, things changed. Or maybe they were always like this, and I was just realizing it. Andrea started visiting less. When she came, she talked with Laura in the kitchen. With me, she was cordial, polite, distant. Sophia got married in 2017. She asked me to walk her down the aisle. On the wedding day, as we walked, she told me, "Thanks for being here, Dad. I know you had to cancel something important." She wasn't being sarcastic. She genuinely thought I had canceled something, because I always canceled things for work. "No, my love, nothing is more important than this." She looked at me, surprised, as if it was the first time she'd heard those words. Because it was the first time Laura and I, we became housemates. We talked about bills, repairs, family visits, but we didn't really talk. One night in 2019, we were in bed. She was reading. I was checking emails on my tablet. "Eduardo," she said suddenly. "When was the last time you asked me how I am?" I looked up. "What? I ask you all the time?" "No. You ask me if I paid the electric bill, if I called the plumber, if I bought what you needed from the supermarket. But when did you ask me how I am, how I feel, what I'm thinking?" I drew a blank. I couldn't remember. I'm 66 years old, Eduardo, and I feel invisible in my own marriage. She turned over and turned off her lamp. I didn't know what to say, so I said nothing. That was my pattern. Always. When things got emotionally difficult, I took refuge in work. I retired in 2020. At 67 years old, I thought I'd have time then. Time to fix things, to be present. But 50 years of absence don't get erased by suddenly being available. The girls had their own lives. Laura had her friends, her activities. I was optional. In my own family, I was optional. In February 2024, I started feeling sick, abdominal pain, loss of appetite. I thought it was stress. On April 2nd, the doctor sat down with Laura and me. Pancreatic cancer, advanced, inoperable. Everything stopped. "How long?" I asked. 2 months. 3 if you're lucky. Laura took my hand for the first time in years, and all I could think was, I thought I had more time. The first weeks after the diagnosis were surreal. Laura moved in automatic mode. Medical appointments, palliative care, arrangements. The girls came more often. But there was something strange about their visits. They came because they should, because their father was dying, not because they really wanted to be there. One Saturday, 3 weeks after the diagnosis, I was home alone. Laura had gone out with her friends. Andrea and Sophia had promised to come but canceled. Work, kids, the usual reasons, the reasons I always gave. I sat in my study, the same study where I spent thousands of nights working instead of being with them. And for the first time in my life, I allowed myself to really think about what I had done, about everything I had lost, about everything I could never get back. It was a Sunday. 4 weeks after the diagnosis, Andrea came to visit me, alone, without the kids. That was unusual. She sat across from me in the living room. She had a manila envelope. "Dad, I found this cleaning my attic. I thought maybe you'd want to see it." I opened the envelope. It was full of drawings, children's drawings, some yellowed with time, drawings that Andrea had made when she was 6, 7, 8 years old. In all the drawings, there was a family: Mom, Andrea, Sophia, a house, a son, flowers, and none of them was I. "Why?" I started to ask. "Because you were never there," Andrea said. Her voice was soft, without resentment, just sad. "When the teacher asked us to draw our family, I drew what I saw. Mom, my sister, me, you. You were at the office." I took another drawing. This one was different. It was from Father's Day. It looked newer. In this drawing, I was there, a figure in a suit and tie, standing far from everyone else, with a briefcase in hand. Underneath, in her child's handwriting, it said, "My dad works a lot so we can have things. I love him, even though I don't see him." Something in my chest broke. "Andrea." "I'm not angry, Dad," she interrupted me. "Not anymore. I understand you thought you were doing the right thing, that you worked for us." Her eyes filled with tears. "But we didn't need a successful lawyer. We needed you. At the recitals, at dinners, at Sunday movies, we needed you to see us, to know us, to be present." She wiped her tears. "And now that you finally have time, it's over. Literally over." She looked at me with a sadness so deep and it hurt more than the cancer. "I wish you had known this 40 years ago, Dad. I wish." She stood up. She kissed my forehead. She left. I stayed there, holding those drawings, looking at the family Andrea drew, a family where I didn't exist. And I realized it wasn't the cancer that killed me. I killed myself decades ago. My body just took a while to realize it. That night I didn't sleep. I looked at those drawings for hours. Each one was a dagger. Each one was evidence of everything I had lost. At 4 a.m. I made a decision. I couldn't get back 40 years. But I had 8 weeks. I was going to use every day I had left to try. I don't know. Redeem myself? Get to know them? Let them know me? The next day I called Andrea. "My love, can you come with the kids? I want you to tell me about yourselves. I know it's late. I wasted my chance to know them. But will you give me this last chance?" Her voice broke. "Of course, Dad. We'll come on Saturday." I called Sophia, and then I went to Laura. She was in the garden. She turned around. "I need to tell you something, and I need you to listen everything." She sat down. She waited. "I spent 46 years with you, and I failed you every day. I didn't see you. I didn't value you. I didn't love you as you deserved. I thought providing was enough. I was wrong." And my tears started to fall. And I said, I can't change 46 years in 8 weeks. But will you let me try? Will you let me get to know you? Can we have something real before it ends? Laura cried for a long time. Then she nodded. Yes, Eduardo. Yes. I'm not going to romanticize this. Some things don't get fixed. Some damage is permanent. The first days were awkward, forced. My grandchildren barely knew me. Laura and I were strangers after 46 years. But we tried. I started asking real things, not trivialities, deep things. Andrea told me about her divorce 3 years ago. I didn't even know she had gone through that. Nobody told me anything because I never asked. Sophia showed me photos from her wedding that I never really saw. That day my mind was on work. With Laura, we walked every afternoon. I asked her about her real life, her friends of 20 years I never met, her book club, her dreams. For the first time in decades, I really listened to her. Laura could have let me die alone. It would be fair after 46 years invisible. But she didn't. She took care of me. She held me when the pain was unbearable. She sat with me when I couldn't sleep. Andrea organized afternoons with the grandchildren every Saturday. We played. I drew with Emma for 2 hours, purely present. 5 weeks later, Matteo rested his head on my shoulder watching a movie. He just trusted me. I cried silently. One night, Laura put my head in her lap and stroked my hair. Intimacy we hadn't had in years. 2 weeks before recording this, the whole family came for dinner. The house full, noisy, chaotic. And I was there, really there, not on my phone, not thinking about something else, just present. For the first time in decades, I felt alive. I've lost 15 kilos. My skin is yellowish. I get tired walking to the bathroom. Physically, I'm dying. But now I know my grandchildren's teachers. I know what they like for breakfast. I know the book Laura is reading. I know her favorite color changed from blue to green 10 years ago. Basic things a husband should know. Now I know them at 72 years old, 3 weeks from dying. Later doesn't exist. Only now exists. I spent 50 years saying later. Later never came. If you have something to do, someone to love, do it now. Your children don't need your money. They need your time. I gave them expensive schools, cars, houses, but I didn't give them afternoons playing, recitals where I was present, dinners where I listened to them. Money is forgotten. Lost moments hurt forever. Your partner isn't your housemate. She's your life partner. Laura spent 46 years invisible waiting for me to see her. I never saw her until it was almost too late. Professional success without personal life is failure. I was a senior partner. I won important cases. You know what? It's worth nothing. My former partners don't call me. But my grandchildren draw me pictures. Laura holds my hand. That is success. You're not going to die thinking about your work. You're going to die thinking about people. When they gave me the diagnosis, I thought, I never really knew my daughters. I didn't think about cases or clients. I thought about love, about family, about everything I lost. Regret hurts more than any disease. Cancer is killing me. It's never too late to try. But don't wait as long as I did. I had 8 weeks, the best 8 weeks of my life. But they were only 8 weeks out of 72 years. You have more time. Don't waste it. People will forgive you. But lost time never comes back. My family forgave me, but that doesn't recover 40 lost years. Forgiveness heals, but it doesn't recover time. I have 3 weeks of life left. Maybe 4. You know why I'm here telling you this? Because you still have time. You have time to call your parents, to play with your children, to ask your partner what they dream. You have time to live before it runs out. I wasted my time, and now I'm dying with the weight of regret crushing me. Don't be like me. I beg you. Turn off this video now. Call someone you love. Cancel that important meeting and go to your child's game. Leave work early and have dinner with your family. Do something. But do it today, because tomorrow isn't guaranteed. And regret on your deathbed is hell on earth. My name is Eduardo. I'm 65 years old. I have 3 weeks left. If this video changes one person's life, it was worth it. Don't cry for me. Just learn from my mistakes. Live now with the people you love before it's too late.